Well, good morning. A couple days ago, we noticed that our tanks were smelling, our black tanks. Um, so today, I'm going to show you guys how we flush our tanks. So I will do my best to censor the parts you don't want to see. But every couple of weeks, you should really be flushing your tanks because the buildup builds up over time. And what I like to do is I like to fill the tanks up, watch the levels, and then do a big flush out. So while everything is filling up, I'm going to quickly connect our hoses. Okay, so I think it's great. This is our first RV park we've ever been to where they have multiple flush out ports. And so they have one over there, which is great. So I don't have to stretch the rhino hose from here to there. I can just go from here to here and then connect the kids as well. And it just creates a much easier flow. Again, so we use the rhino hose. It's a great hose. I think it's a $60 hose, but stretches. Okay, so I do like to use a clear see-through attachment so I can see what's flowing. That might be gross to some of you, but it actually helps me see how the tanks are flooding. If it's going slow, that means there could be a potential clog. But this seems to work really well for us. So we're gonna go ahead and open up the black tank. Now, one good question is, how often should I fill the tank up with water and then flush it? The answer to that is your water should be running clear. If your water is running clear, that means your tank is clear. So do it as many times as you need. Typically about 2 or 3 times is what it takes for our tanks to run clear. So we'll go ahead and fill it back up by closing the valve, and then just every 2 or 3 minutes, dump it back out. But please, please be very careful and pay attention. Otherwise, it will backflow into your RV. And I hear that is one stink that people have a hard time getting out of their RV once it happens. All right, so meanwhile, while the tank is filling up, I'm going to go ahead and flood out our gray tanks. We've not been connected to sewer or water. We've been using the water that I filled up the tanks with in Montgomery. So we're just going to open the gray valve, and inside this tank we dumped about a half a gallon or half a quart worth of white vinegar and let it sit for 8 or 9 hours, and this is going to help clear out those tanks as well. One very important tip, make sure you don't have both valves open at the same time. Use one valve at a time. You don't want black water tank, unsanitary water backflowing into your sanitary pipes, which could get you sick in the future. So make sure you're operating the valves separately. When you're done with the gray, close the gray, open the black, and vice versa. So I go ahead and close the gray valve. This has been filling up for a couple minutes. Now we're going to open it. So I don't know how well you can see this, but the water is running clear, but I'm going to run it 2 more times to make sure that it is completely clear. But this time I'm really going to let the tanks fill up, probably go 3 or 4 minutes instead of 2 or 3 minutes, and really try to get any of the sensors covered that might be potentially clogged by toilet paper. So go ahead and close the valve. Alright, so it's been about 3.5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and open up the black tanks. And as you can see, the water is running somewhat clear. Probably do 1 more to make it a total of 4 full flushes. Again, what I love most about these Rhino hoses is that they're so flexible, they're so durable. We've used other hoses in the past and they've broken. We've had sewage flood out onto the ground. It's just disgusting. We've had these Rhino hoses for 10 months and they're still going strong for us. So highly, highly recommend you buy 1 set of sewer hoses. No matter the expense, do it once or do it twice. That's the saying we tell the kids. They're just great. It's a great investment to have. And they do last. They do flex. They do maneuver. They do maneuver a lot much more easier. They're just great overall hoses. Hey guys, it's Mike, your host with 4 to Tour. Our channel is growing every single week and every single time we post a new video. So if you want to join a new community here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you want to find more helpful tips, check out our playlists. And of course, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. We'll see you on the next one.